Good day, people of the internet. This is GW2 and today we are looking at the Aetherblade Fractal. So first, when you get in, you have to go through an underwater cave. It's full of mines. You can either maneuver around them to avoid them, or run into them and make a pathway, but that will damage your armor. Coming up here, we are going to enter this corridor full of Aetherblade pirates, and we meet our NPC we have to escort. So, taking on these Aetherblades, you're going to want to take out the two thugs in the group first, because they provide boons to a bunch of people, to their allies. They drop war banners, and they also have some control effects that make them a little hard to deal with, immobilizes and a couple pull abilities. Now through this fractal, you have to be escorting Inspector Ellen Keel. She doesn't have to live the whole way through, she just has to make it to the end so you can actually get to the boss. Right here we're fighting some Aetherblades and Inquest. You can target whichever ones you want. I would suggest Strikers and any Extinguishers that are in the area because they're going to be doing control effects on you. Coming up here we're going to be going across a bridge that has been electrified, and if you touch it when it's electrified, it's going to kill you instantly and move you back to the beginning, as you'll see what happens. You can kind of evade this if you time it properly. And where you just saw our Elementalist go in, that shack has a switch behind the door that turns off the bridge. Then you just take care of the extinguisher. And as you're traversing this fractal, there's an achievement that you have to dance with some holograms. So there are two in this little section right here that you have to dance with. Right now we're dealing with this extinguisher. Upstairs is an electrified field, and the player you can see in the far back, he is right next to the switch you have to turn off. It takes a little finagling to turn off the field, but it will eventually turn off the fields. Right now we are stacking in this corner because there's a cannon phase in this room that will line the whole area in fire. And if you stand right here, you can't be targeted by the cannon. So right now we're just pulling all the Aetherblades to us, and then we're stacking and taking them out. If you have pets or you're a minion master, switch out that. You want the Aetherblades to actually come into you, so pacify your pet or switch your build if you're a minion master. And it's just a matter of just killing the Aetherblades right now. And you cannot target those thumpers who are on the cannons, but once you take out enough Aetherblades, they will come off the cannons and come and meet you, and that's when the door will open and you can continue to the next part. You'll just have to kill them. Okay, the thumpers are off of their cannons, the door is just about to open, and now all the Aetherblades have entered a nice little choke point for piercing arrows and AoE abilities to kill them all. To get into the boss room, you have to talk to Ellen Keel, and once in here, you can either get ready to run around the room, or you just stack in this corner and try and DPS them. The reason why you're doing this is because of the lightning phase that comes after you kill all these trash mobs. So I'm not quite sure what does it, but eventually the boss in here, the champion, will go to the center and protect himself. And then either you have to kill all the trash mobs first or deal a certain amount of damage to the champion and he'll go there. Now you'll have 3 phases of this electrified field where 2 golems will come up and you have to kill them. When the electrified field passes over the golems, they become invulnerable and gain a field that stuns people. When you get hit by the electrified field, you take damage, agony, and you're stunned. There are 2 fields. There's a small one that's fast that you can jump over if you get on some crates. And then there's a large field that covers the whole room that moves slowly. You can't evade through that one. So while you're in this corner, you want to bring a lot of stability to counteract all this stunning you're getting. You also want to DPS these golems down as fast as you can. Lots of burst damage will help here. And condition damage will tear these golems apart if you can land all the conditions before they become invulnerable. Knockbacks and pulls still work on the golems even when they're invulnerable. And that's the end. Oh, and the last phase of this is where both fields will be active at one time, so you'll have to contend with that. So, if you enjoyed the video, hit like, comment, subscribe, hit me up on Twitter and the comments section below, and have a day.